Hello, good evening, and welcome to another exciting, whatever. I'm keeping it. Um, Today we're going to be adding Reggie to the Metal Jesus menagerie. Reggie, of course, is a YouTuber in his own right. He shows up on the Metal Jesus channel quite a bit, and he even does a show called Interracial Gamer with his friend Joe Witter. So there you go. And of course, if you're ever in a video game convention around the Pacific Northwest, you have probably seen him. He's a pretty friendly guy. Say hi. Um, so the idea here is he's going to be a little zombie slash Jason type character. There was a drawing, or not a drawing, but one of those weird filters that you can get on Facebook that make it so you look like a zombie or whatever. Somebody put that on a Reggie picture, and that kind of inspired this. Excuse me, just seeing if the cat wanted to be let in. Apparently not. But yeah, I couldn't find that picture anywhere, so I ended up with a picture of him looking happy, which I was trying to make him look kind of scary, but also like super deformed, like chibi Reggie. I gave him that machete, but I don't know. He wasn't seeming. It didn't seem to capture Reggie's personality that much, or just what's unique about Reggie, so that if people saw this little figure in this drawing, would they know it's Reggie? So I decided not to do the machete, but instead to do like the mallet he has in the video game someone made for him called Reggie's Radical Adventure. It's kind of a weird like club with jewels on it, so I just decided to give him that as a weapon. It's going to be cutting over to it here real soon. So it's always fun to draw zombies. Yep, there's a box shot of Reggie's Radical Adventure. It's the most radical game since Radical Rex on the Sega CD. Anyways, so yeah, and I also jump ahead here a little bit. So don't be alarmed when you see all these lines that weren't there before. But yeah, I went ahead and gave him that club, just so that people would hopefully recognize that from his game if they know him. With that beard, he's kind of looking like Captain Spaulding. No, not that one. Yeah, that one. Sid Haig, Captain Spaulding. Very appropriate considering this is all supposed to be Rob Zombie inspired. So, definitely a resemblance going there. And he's wearing a jersey. I don't even know if he liked the Seattle Supersonics. I know he likes sports, and I know he likes Seattle sports teams. And considering the Supersonics are a dead NBA franchise, I thought it was appropriate to give him a Supersonics jersey. He's like a zombie. Yeah, there's a couple quick cuts to my editing software and all that stuff. I apologize. I'm still trying to figure this stuff out. But yeah, I didn't want to make it too terribly detailed. I didn't want it to be 100% accurate because it's going to be kind of small on the finished drawing. So, and of course I put them in Converse because everyone in my extended animated universe wears Converse. Because Converse are the coolest shoes and they're easy to draw. So kiss my Converse. Show enough. I'm doing some really hard shadows right now. I don't know. At some point, I just decided that's how I'm going to shade this. And it's very Hellboy inspired. Mike Mignola, that guy. His artwork is always just real hard shadows, very limited color. It's a very bold style and very creepy and fun. And yeah, I'm basically kind of stealing from it a little bit. Obviously, I'm not as good as him, but I just decided, we'll just add some hard shadows in here. There's probably a word for that kind of shading, but I don't know it. I wish I did. These little gems. Now, obviously, the mask is somewhere between Splatterhouse and Jason's mask. The Splatterhouse, obviously, Splatterhouse was supposed to be Jason in the first game. And then they'd do stuff like recolor it, or they'd make it look more alien or whatever. They tried to make it look more like a skull in other games, and it's just kind of like, no, we know it's supposed to be Jason, but obviously there were copyright problems. In this version, though, I kind of make it a weird cross between Splatterhouse and Jason's mask, because I know he likes the Friday the 13th game that's out right now on modern consoles. It looks a lot of fun. I should pick it up. I know they've been playing it every time some new content comes out. John and Reggie and Joe Witter and them. And I should probably pick it up. Looks like a lot of fun. As you can see, one of his legs is just showing the bare bones there, hanging out. I didn't add a lot of detail to this because I knew, based on where I wanted to put this in the drawing, that leg isn't even going to be visible. But I'm just having some fun. You're going to have to watch me draw the whole thing anyway, so why not do something fun with it? We'll know that bone's hanging out over there. You and me. That'll be our little secret. And if you ever tell anyone, no. Just a CD hanging out of his head there. Not sure where I got that from. Possibly Shaun of the Dead, although those were vinyls. Maybe that's a Laserdisc. I don't know. It's too small to be a Laserdisc, but you get the idea. It's some form of media. Yeah, I'll let you decide. I know he's a big PlayStation fan. He recently had some unfortunate mishaps with some PlayStation games, which playing the taps for all those, but yeah, he's a big fan of video games in all forms. He loves survival horror. He seems to like to collect just weird, obscure survival horror games, and that's kind of cool. He also collects tabletop pinball machines, like the kind. I prefer the big standing pinball machines, but there's nothing wrong with collecting stuff like that, I guess. Heck, if you knew what I collected. I got a fairly large collection of Mage Knights. Those things are worthless now, I think. Yep. Well, it's official. I've run out of things to talk about. These videos end up going so long, and I'm trying my best here. Trying my best to fill time. There's only so much I can do, though. I've been trying to take in some new form of media. Every time I record one of these, that way I can talk about that. But I don't know. Well, I did just finish. What the hell did I just read? I believe is the name of the book. It's in the John Dies at the End series, and those are a fun series of books that are also. It's somewhere between Stephen King and Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. It's just a weird, depressing story about flawed human beings who are in supernatural circumstances. And it's a really fun book series, definitely. So it's almost time to color this, and since because of the Reggie's Radical Adventure, I associate Reggie with the color purple, I decided to make him a purple zombie. Since John was blue, and we're trying to go for this big bright primary and tertiary colors with very little shades as possible. Yeah, I want to make sure that it looks nice and bright and stands out. And he's going to be wearing like a green jersey, so he's going to be like a weird reverse Incredible Hulk. Like whatever that, I think is the incomprehensible bulk from Dexter's Laboratory was purple. Of course, I'm making the gems purple. I'll also make the markings on the mask purple. That way, there's no question that this is Reggie's mask and not Jason's, and it's not that other guy who is impersonating Jason in one of the movies where it has like the blue. Of course, I put a Band-Aid on his knee. I don't know. I try to add details, but I also don't want to mess up their skin too much. I feel weird about adding a bunch of warts and boils and stuff like that, even though that's kind of the style I'm going for. I just feel bad, it's but I don't know. I'm going to be drawing some other people, and I don't want to mess them up too much. But also, what's fair is fair, right? I guess. I messed up John. But, I have a closer relationship with John than I do some of these other people that I'm drawing. So it's just kind of weird. I don't know. Maybe I should talk to him before I draw them like this. I don't know. It's more fun to surprise him, though, I think. I don't know. I feel like if he doesn't like it, then, like I said, I'll go hide in a closet somewhere and cry. So, let's see. Oh, yeah, the John Dies at the End book series is great. And the What the Hell Did I Just Read has a pretty crazy premise that really makes you question what's going on. Of course, all those book series do. The narrator is an unreliable one. So you really don't know if he's telling you the truth. In fact, you're pretty sure that he's lying most of the time. You can't really trust what he's saying. So, but he's the one narrating it, so you kind of have to like read between the lines and figure out what he's talking about, what he's really talking about. And that's what's kind of fun about those books. So, I went for a little bit darker green. But I think it's bright enough that it stands out. And obviously I'm going to turn that logo yellow. And the method I use to do that is I'm going to be like selecting the spaces in between the kind of where the basketball, obviously I'm using layers again. The little basketball parts, I tried selecting them and I had a heck of a time with it, trying to select all of the individual pieces. I eventually just decided like, well, I'll just fix it later. So here I am zooming in, trying to select all of them. And, every now and then I'd select one and it would just like select all of the black areas too. And it's just like, come on. Now, obviously with the select tool, if you hold control, you can select individual bits and then just do everything at once. So like when I get everything selected that I want, I just take contiguous off and fill it in with yellow. So all that area is going to turn yellow. Yup. And I end up going to the top layer, the layer that has the ink on it. And I forgot to go back down a layer when I did all of this stuff, which I will fix later on. But, that was a pretty easy fix, all things considered. And here I am just kind of adding, like I said, I don't want to add too much detail, but I want it to look good. So there's the Space Needle there. There's some buildings on the side. I want to add some shading in there too. And since this is a different color, it's going to have a different color of shading. And this is the point where I realize I'm on the second layer. Or I'm on the top layer instead of the color layer that I wanted. So, made a little mistake there. Control Z gets rid of it. It's digital drawing's best friend. It's Control Z. Yeah, this is, I don't know. I have a lot of fun. I'm having a lot of fun learning how to color. The way that the colors just kind of play off of each other, and I don't need to add black. I'm having a lot of fun with that. I didn't realize that you didn't just, you could shade without just adding, darkening the color you're using. That is one way to do it, but I'm having so much fun, like limiting myself from using it as little as possible. I didn't want to make the bones white. I decided to make them blue, and then the fleshy parts of him, like a darker blue. I don't know why. I think I thought it would stand out. You can see I colored in his teeth blue, but then I was like, no, his teeth should be, that looks a little weird. So his teeth should be white. And the undershirt under his jersey there, I played around with different colors. Ended up with the darker one. I think that looks a lot better. But yeah, have the blue, the brains in the back of his head are blue, like gray matter or whatever. Which, things that are the colors we think they are often look different depending on the light. So you can see me coloring in the Converse there. I think that mask is looking pretty cool. Like I said, I couldn't just put it on. Reggie. Here I am fixing that layer issue, and I literally just cut, move down to the layer I want it, and then paste. I use the lasso tool to encircle the part I wanted to cut out, and then cut it out and paste it on the layer I wanted it. Then you just hit merge down, and you're good to go. So here I'm adding a kind of the sheen, the almost like rainbow sheen on CDs. Just something fun. So here he goes. He's going to go right in here. I'm going to move John a little bit here. There we go. Try to find a good spot for him. That's good. And here comes Reggie. He's kind of like the Tiki from Trilogy of Terror. He's just like... All right, so next time we'll be adding someone else to this lovely drawing. He's going to come again. There he is. Okay. We're going to be adding another character to this drawing, so join me then. Thanks for watching, and Niu sex time. Oh, and remember to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Yeah. Bye.